Taylor Frankie Paul's ex-husband and her mom are now publicly fighting over the MomTok swinging scandal 4 years after the news practically broke the internet. Taylor's mom, Liann, accused Tate of helping create the swinging situation that ultimately blew up their marriage, but Tate said, "Not so fast. You don't know the full story." He responded by revealing incredibly personal details about Taylor's alleged affair with Braden Rowley, and even Miranda and Chase have jumped in too. This is a long one, so let's get into it. Last week, it was reported by People that Tate asked a Utah court to unseal the results of Taylor's court-ordered drug and alcohol testing amid their ongoing custody dispute over their 2 children. Taylor previously was ordered to undergo a 15-panel hair or nail test along with an alcohol test, but those results were placed under a protective order. And after that development became public, Taylor's mom, Liann, entered the conversation. She left a lengthy comment criticizing Tate and revisited the original MomTok swinging scandal, writing, "What did you expect to happen when you all decided to swing with each other? All of you cheated. You were all to blame. None of you were innocent in this." But then Liann made a much more serious allegation about the night Taylor and Braden allegedly slept together. Liann claimed Taylor, quote, "was blacked out drunk and didn't remember even consenting to having sex." She characterized what allegedly happened as a sex crime and also criticized Tate, claiming that he knew Taylor was extremely intoxicated and allowed her to leave. But Tate clearly took issue with Liann's version of events, later posting a screenshot of her comment to TikTok and writing an entire response titled, "My diatribe to grandma." And this is where Tate started revealing some pretty explosive details of his own. He claims he repeatedly called Taylor and asked her to come home, but she refused and told him to leave her alone. He says he was home with their children when McKenna Gibbons called him around midnight because something was wrong and both Taylor and Braden had turned off their phones. According to Tate, Braden had a Tesla, so McKenna remotely honked its horn to help Tate figure out which house Taylor and Braden were at. Tate claims he brought his sleeping children to McKenna's house so he could go find Taylor and alleged, quote, "She invited him over that night and she continued to sleep with him after being caught." According to Tate, Taylor initially told him nothing happened and that she and Braden had only talked. He claims Taylor admitted to the affair after McKenna discovered Taylor and Braden's text history on Braden's laptop. But what Tate claims happened after he learned about the affair is probably the most shocking part of his statement. Tate wrote, quote, "The night I learned about the affair, I was in the kitchen sobbing while Taylor sat on the stairs stoically staring at me." He claims that while he was crying, Taylor looked at him, grinned, and said, "Do you want me to tell you more?" Tate alleges that Taylor then described graphic details of what she and Braden had done behind their spouses' backs, but then we get to the other major disagreement. Who actually wanted to open the marriage? Because Tate says the narrative that they were all swingers isn't accurate. He wrote, quote, "For the record, we weren't swingers. The need for an open relationship was one-sided. It wasn't planned or my idea to do that. In fact, I pretended to be sick the first time your daughter asked to do it." Well, Liann came right back into Tate's comments and essentially said, absolutely not. She claims there was previously a family conversation involving Tate, Taylor, and their parents where Tate discussed what had been happening. And according to Liann, Tate admitted that he brought the swinging idea into their marriage because he thought Taylor wanted it. Liann also made another interesting claim saying, quote, "Taylor telling all of us her and Miranda didn't really want to do it and felt really weird at first, but you and Chase kept insisting on it." So now she's blaming Tate and Chase for Taylor and Miranda's involvement in the swinging scandal. But Liann did make one thing clear. She isn't claiming that Taylor was innocent. She wrote, "I am not making excuses for Taylor's mistakes. She was totally in the wrong and she's still paying the price for it. But all of you played a part in it too." Now, Miranda also jumped into Tate's comments, seeing as she and Chase were involved in the swinging parties, writing under the post, quote, "Everyone cheated is such a diabolical statement. After years of being misunderstood and silenced, I commend you and Kenna both for speaking up and sharing what really happened. Proud of you, Tate." Tate liked her comment, with Chase commenting too, although his response was considerably more sarcastic. He wrote, "I can't comment until my mom, Tate's mom, and McKenna's mom all comment a 5-paragraph essay like Liann. They might not do that because they're sane, but I'm going to wait around and make sure." Tate liked that comment too. And Taylor, well, she hasn't released a lengthy statement responding to all those specific claims, but she did post an image with a fiery background saying, quote, "My life the last 6 months. Not enough soldiers, I guess. Anything else from anyone? I know I'm still standing and that's bothersome." As we know, Taylor and Tate are currently involved in a custody dispute over their 2 children. According to court documents, Taylor was previously ordered to undergo a 15-panel hair or nail drug test as well as a PEth test for alcohol. Those results were placed under a protective order, and on August 13th, People reported that Tate filed a request asking the court to unseal them. Taylor and Tate are simultaneously involved in a very real custody case, so I do think it's crazy how Liann is ramping up the drama online and so publicly, especially the swinging stuff. The crazy thing is this drama was over and done with, and now Liann just brought it back to light. So much so that we're now learning new details about how it started and ended from the very people who were actually involved. So I want to know what you think. Do Tate and the others have a right to publicly defend themselves when they believe the story being told about them isn't true? Let me know in the comments.